Hey, it's Anthony with How to Get Into Drama School. In this video, you're going to learn about college auditions in the time of COVID. So virtual auditions. And what's important to understand is that you can still get your work seen and done in a great manner, and you can really showcase your acting work, and they can see it even through virtual means. So I'm going to share with you how to prepare, what to expect, and sort of what the experience is like, so that as you develop your quality of work, you can also be aware of what the technical aspects are that you need to take responsibility for too. So let's get right into it. The first thing that you need to be aware of is that these auditions will take place on Zoom. All right, so schools have the ability to choose what platform they use, but 99% of them are going to be using Zoom. We have relationships with the schools, we have relationships with the software companies that the schools are using to build out these platforms, and we've really learned that Zoom is the way to go because it's familiar to the students, it's familiar to the schools, it's going to be the easiest to use. So that's the first thing, is just expect Zoom. The second thing is to understand that certain devices are probably going to be, you need to plan to use certain devices over others. Computers over mobile devices for sure. And I think many of the schools might even require that. But even if they don't, my advice and the advice of the software companies who are developing this is computer, computer, computer. And if I had a choice between a laptop and a computer, like a desktop, they're saying go desktop. So really probably not noticeable on the part of the school if you're using a laptop or a desktop, but if it's accessible to you and you have the ability, use a desktop because, you know, that's just what's recommended from the software companies. So passing that along. Anyway, that's the second thing. The third thing is about technical aspects. We're talking video, audio, and internet. Pretty much goes without saying, but I think it's worth re-emphasizing that your video needs to be clear, your audio needs to be clear, and your internet needs to be strong and fast. So however you can make that happen, go ahead and take responsibility for that, right? And I'm purposely recording this video on my computer, using my computer's video, my computer's audio, and Ethernet. I have an Ethernet cord plugged in, which provides the most secure, non-glitchy internet. So if you can, take responsibility for that, that will just create less distraction for them, and it will ease your mind a little bit as to whether or not it's going to glitch up. They expect for glitches to happen, and I think that's fair. But do you want to be the person who experiences that, or do you want to be the person who just has a flawless, seamless virtual experience, right? If you can control it, you might as well ensure that everything's, on the level. If you have to use Wi-Fi, I would strongly recommend using Wi-Fi where there is nobody so that people's devices are not slowing your speed down. But again, this is up to you, which usually things are not up to you as far as the environment. The schools are able to create the sort of environment for you, but in this case, you're being asked to create an environment that facilitates a smooth audition. So take responsibility for that. Don't be the person who just says, hope it all works out. Make sure you kind of have good quality audio and that stuff. You don't need any external sources. Like I said, I'm not recording this with any external mics or videos. So as you can see, it's totally clear. And my audio and my video and my internet, everything is clear. That's what I would recommend. The next thing is the experience. So the experience that you'll experience as you go into the audition room and all that will probably be something along the lines of the following. You'll probably get an email that has like your confirmation time and your slot, and there will be a link in that email that says, click here whenever your time slot comes up. So you'll click that link and it will take you to the sort of environment, I guess, if you will, like the lobby, the waiting area, whatever you want to call it, whatever they call it. In that lobby, there will be opportunities to engage, like, there'll be a chat opportunity, like you can chat it up with current students. Maybe you can chat it up with other folks who are auditioning in the moment. Maybe you can watch a video about the school or read a marketing brochure. There's going to be things for you to sort of do there. You can engage with those or not, of course. And then sometime in the waiting, you're going to see a notification pop up in the lobby. So it'll have like a green flashing icon in the right corner or something on your screen in that lobby that will say, we're ready for you. Click here to enter the room. So that's you entering the audition room. You'll click that link, and just like a Zoom call, you'll pop in, right? So it's actually a pop in rather than a walk in. And that's going to be something you want to consider when you're sort of in the final stages of preparation and you're kind of making choices about how you're going to walk in and how you're going to walk out, and you're kind of considering that flow. You probably want to practice a couple times popping into an audition room and making sure that you're confident and at ease and excited for your work, rather than being one of the people who's trying it for the first time and like, oh, am I? Can you hear me? Hey, it's like the smoother the better, right? The easier you are with the platform, the easier they're going to feel about watching your work and not being distracted. So practice popping in, practice popping out. Some schools will have control of how you exit because they don't want the students to accidentally leave or, end the meeting and all that. So some schools will just say, yeah, we'll go ahead and pop you right back out, and, so you can wave and just be popped out. But however they do it, it shouldn't be a big deal. So you've got the audio, the video, the strong internet. You've got an understanding of kind of the audition rooms and the actual lobbies, and you've got an understanding that it's going to be Zoom, and that if you can use a computer versus a mobile device, that's good. The final thoughts that I would say here are, it's all about quality of work. So just because you have good quality audio and video, that doesn't mean you're going to get in. Just because you had a flawless internet doesn't mean you're getting points or anything like that. And also conversely, even if you glitched a little bit and there had to be some technical issues, but you still delivered great work and they were able to see that eventually, you're absolutely able to get in. Like, so don't worry about the technical things as far as getting accepted. The thing you just need to make sure of is that you can, actually share the work. If you can't share the work, you're obviously not going to get accepted or called back. But what you ideally want is good quality technical, and then that just creates space for you to do your best work. And you want to be able to do your best work. So speaking of your best work, practice, practice, practice. Make sure you have pieces that you love. Make sure you're getting them seen by people that you trust. If you need someone like us to watch your pieces, we coach people and we do it all over Zoom. So it's very much in the environment that you'll be doing. To be honest with you, we've done it on Zoom and Skype for over a decade, and we've gotten the results that we've gotten, which has been amazing. Students at all the top schools and many more. So we've always done it this way. This new thing is just kind of joining our party. So anyway, I hope this is helpful. This is the information that we have so far, and there will be new information soon, like more specific information. So always rely on the schools you're auditioning for to give you the most accurate information for their audition. But this should be a broad understanding of how it's going to work this year, and I hope that helps. All right, have a good one.